Recently, either the creature or the AI have been repeatedly trying to make me do the 67 in one way or another. I might not remember all of it, nor should I. I just remember that it happened. And just now, I was doing my exercise. And right when the set number that has to do with the 67 started, the dumb creature twitched my triceps in one of my arms. Once again, trying to make me do the fucking 67. And the stupidest thing about it is that according to my calculation, we're now about 1 week from the meeting with the organization. And in that meeting, I would present them my demands to get my freedom and justice, to be released, to have my peace in life ensured, that I won't be physically abused by supernatural attacks anymore, that I would be allowed to live my life in peace without any noise attacks as well, that I would be compensated with a lot of money, that the creature would be punished, that the creature would not be ever any part of my life anymore. All my other demands, everything I got to say to the organization. We're supposedly just 1 week away from that. And right at this fucking time, the dumb creature tries to make me change my plans and do the fucking 67. Yeah, let's throw all my several months work to the trash can and delay my fucking freedom and everything else by several more months, and let's suffer the abuse of the creature several more months while doing a more difficult program, so that I would suffer even more just to do the fucking 67. Like it's such an urgent fucking thing to do, like the 67, even if I decide in the future that it's a smart thing to do, like it cannot wait, like even 50 fucking years, you know. Like there was any urgency at all about doing the fucking 67. Like there was any problem with my current program, my free guy program. Like there was any problem with it at all, which there isn't. It's a perfect fucking program. In so many ways, it's the best program, most reliable, most doable. Allows you to lift the heaviest weights, to progress at a decent pace, and to be relaxed at the same time. It gives you energy, gives you a lot of things. And yet 1 week before the meeting, it's trying to make me do something else. Well, obviously, I'm not going to change my fucking program 1 fucking week before the meeting, right? I am not a masochist. I don't intend to deliberately make myself suffer, even worse, for several more months. What the fuck? I don't even want to suffer another fucking day, let alone several more months. What kind of retard would I have to be to drop everything I'm doing right now and do the fucking 67? And you know something that I haven't told you about? That the organization has been trying to make me do the 67 even since my early childhood, even since I was about 3 years old and I first came to Israel in even 2 years old when I first came to Israel in 1993. My first home address, the number of the building and the apartment, told me to do the 67. And when we moved to another apartment, the combination of the numbers of the building and the apartment also told me to do 67. I've been told to do the 67 since very early childhood. My current apartment, which doesn't tell me to do the 67, is a better apartment. And in this apartment, I at least have a personal space connected to my own room in which I can exercise, which I did not have in previous apartments. However, the AI and the evil creature constantly try to make me do the 67 one way or another. Now I remember that the previous week I was bullied hard by the twitching of my thighs, and several times when I went to the UN contact page, it told me using this number or that number to do the fucking 67. And then on the same day, the Hamas sent rockets to my neighborhood, and the siren was sounded, the siren warning of the incoming attack, right at 4 p.m. and 51 minutes. 4 p.m. is 16, 16 plus 51 is 67. And why does that calculation matter? Because the organization likes to do things based on numerology, meaning some part of the time or date plus the other parts of the time or date. Therefore, from their perspective, the hour means 67. And then I went to the shopping mall, to the McDonald's, and the receipt number also told me to do the fucking 67. And then on the nearby table where a couple, English speaking couple, was sitting, there was a plastic sign with a number written on it in big letters. And that number also represents the 67. At least relates to it in some way. It's like it's part of the 67. And just now I was exercising and the creature was telling me to do the fucking 67 again. And you see, besides the fact that I am not going to change my fucking program one fucking week before getting my fucking freedom already. Besides that, I'm not going to do something so self-defeating and retarded, completely retarded. I have already made videos in the past about the fucking 67. I explained exactly in a very detailed manner why 67, at least right now, is a bad idea. You see, what you have to realize about me is that my actions are not random and they are not based on on some feelings or senses that I could be convinced that maybe 67 feels like it's the right thing to do. My actions are very logical. I am a very logical man. I analyze things, I do my research, and I do it on a global level. And I take information from the biggest fucking sources of information that I can. And I don't give a shit about what I'm being told to do, even by a supernatural power, be it creature or evil AI or even some kind of god. You see, supernatural power. Just because it's supernatural doesn't mean that it is smarter than me. And even if it is smarter than me, doesn't mean that it's always right. And even if it is right, doesn't mean that it has good intentions. Nobody said that supernatural existences always have good intentions. And that they never lie to you. Never try to deceive you. I mean, my experience says the opposite. The creature, which is a supernatural existence, always tries to deceive me. Always. Everything that comes out of the creature, or at least 99%, is an attempt to fuck me up, one way or another. Actually, both fuck me and warp my mind. So, forgive me if I'm not so trusting of supernatural fucking entities. I do my I base my behavior based on research and logic. And I have analyzed the fucking 67 multiple times, and no matter how many times I look at it over and over again, it's a bad idea. First of all, it causes fucking overheating. Why the fuck would I do something that causes overheating? I mean, the Free Guy program. At summer, it already leaves my clothes, both on the upper body and lower body, drenched in sweat as though I was just in the swimming pool in them. And even then, I have to wipe off my entire body of sweat with a big towel. The 67 is a lot more training volume per session than the Free Guy program, meaning that the generation of heat is a lot higher. So at the summer, and actually most of the time in Israel is summer, we hardly have any winter in here. How the fuck am I supposed to do something that generates so much fucking heat? Like, what the fuck do you expect of me? Like even if I somehow would be able to do it, I suffer immensely. Do I look to you like a person who wants to suffer? I mean, the Dragon Ball Z intro, it shows Vegeta and Nappa walking in a place surrounded by lava. Well, first of all, I'm not doing the walking thing. The walking is the creature's fucking idea to pull me to 2019. And secondly, I don't resonate with the Japanese logic of self-abuse and abusive lifestyle or self-abusive lifestyle otherwise. Let the Japanese people abuse themselves if they believe in that. I'm not going to be a fucking person with a Japanese mindset of self-abuse. I'd be the Western mindset of seeking happiness and well-being. Even better than the Western people, even more. I'd seek my own self-satisfaction even more than the Western people. I'd be more Western than the Western. So no thank you. Even if I'd survive that fucking overheating, I am not going to inflict that much fucking suffering onto myself. And no, don't tell me that, oh, you can do it several months in the winter when it's colder, and then in the summer we'll give you a cooling system. No, it doesn't work like that. You see, I'm not going to rely on maybes until I have a fucking cooling system already installed in my training area. It means I don't have it, period. I am not going to rely on maybes. So that's the first fucking thing. I am not going to do something that is going to make me suffer so immensely, even if I can do it. I am not a Japanese self-abusing fucking person. Actually, the Chinese, I think they're all self-abusive, or maybe they don't have a choice. I mean, I saw a documentary about people working there like 15 hours a day for really low salary. Like really poor people. I mean, people in Asia suffer, don't they? I really don't want my life to be anything like theirs. Now my second point about the fucking 67. That because it is a lot more training volume, it means lifting significantly lower weights. And I am lifting low weights as it is because I've been previously deceived into training for endurance because I had absolutely no clue what to do, unlike now when I have a lot of clue what to do. So my body is not strong right now, at least not by international standards. It's nowhere near the strength of world-class either weightlifters, bodybuilders, powerlifters, or strongmen. Not nowhere near their level of strength, even not at the level of strength of people who have been pumping out themselves several years at the gym. Because I have not been lifting weights at all. So I'm lifting a girl's weights. So do you expect me to take my girls' weights and make them even lower so I lift total CC weights? Again with the self-defeating, self-abusing fucking behavior? So now I'm not only supposed to overheat, I'm supposed to like become less manly so I do something that is longer and is lighter? What is again some kind of a kind of attempt to make me more woman-like instead of the masculine person that I want to be. I don't want to lower my already low fucking weights even further. There is no way I am lowering my weights to do more training volume until I'm going to lift some really heavy fucking weights. But you see, now I have also a third point that I haven't told you about earlier, because back then I hadn't thought about it. Because the 67 is a lot more training volume per session, it cannot be done for the same amount of training sessions per week as the free guy program. If I am to keep the weekly volume the same, which I definitely intend to do. So I'd have to train less times per week. And while there is the nice thing of having more days which are totally free per week, there is the potentially negative effect that the progression of weights might be slower. I am saying might because it's less sessions per week, but I have not tested it, nor do I have any available real-world data about it, because in fact I don't have real-world data about any of those futuristic programs. So what I am basically saying, that even if I had a good cooling system, even if I had already been consistent enough with the free guy for several years that I'd feel comfortable enough to change my program to something different, and even if I had already lifted heavy fucking weights, that I wouldn't mind lowering them by somewhat to do more sets. Even then, the 67 might not have been such a good choice, because it could potentially lower the speed of progression of the weights. And that has to be tested, and trust me, right now is not a good time to test it, like not a good time at all. I'd rather start with the fucking basics and do them well, and the 67 is definitely not the basics. The free guy program is. And even then, even if all 3 points check and I find out that the 67 doesn't lower the speed of progression, even then the free guy program might still be better. Even then. What I'm saying is that even if all my concerns are addressed, I am not changing anything unless I am absolutely fucking certain that it's the right thing to do. Or if I have been so fucking consistent, like for such a good time, and all of the points check, so I decide to, and I am not sure which program is definitely better because I lack data, so I might, just give it a try. But now is not the time to do this. I'm supposed to be consistent with the fucking basics. Not to mention that I have three fucking big concerns about the 67 that have to go away for me to even think of trying it in the fucking future. Bottom line, I am not doing 67. Fuck off with the 67, fuck off with the 47, and fuck off with the 57. And actually fuck off with everything that is not the Free Guy program. I am not changing my program.